Here's a brutal truth. You can be everything she says she wants, loyal, loving, consistent, and still not be the man she plans to marry. Because women don't commit to comfort, they commit to conviction. If she's not showing these 10 signs, she's not building a life with you. She's rehearsing for someone else. Keep watching and you'll learn the difference between being the one and being the placeholder. You see, most men confuse emotional access with emotional commitment. Just because she lets you close doesn't mean she's letting you in. Women are intentional creatures. They test before they trust. They reveal in layers. And every action carries meaning. So before you assume she's planning forever, look at what she's actually doing. Because the truth always hides in her behavior, not her words. Let's start with the first thing she only does for the man she truly wants to marry. Number one, she brings you into her inner circle. Most men think meeting a woman's friends means they've made it. They start to relax, believing that casual dinners and shared photos mean permanence. But that's not how women operate. A woman's true circle isn't the girl she brunches with. It's her family, her closest confidants, the people whose opinions shape her future. You only get access to that space when she's testing how well you'll fit into her world long term. When she invites you to dinner with her parents, she's not just being polite. She's running a compatibility test. She wants to see if her father respects you, if her mother warms up to you, if her siblings can picture you sitting at the same table 10 years from now. It's not about formality. It's about future integration. A woman who sees you as a temporary phase will avoid that entire process. She'll make excuses. My family's too private. It's not the right time yet. But the truth is, women love to show off the man they believe is there forever. It's instinctual. They want to see how their world and yours merge before committing fully. Being introduced to her inner circle is not about validation, it's about assimilation. It means she's not just dating you, she's aligning her life with you. So if months or even a year have passed and her family still doesn't know your name, it's not an accident, it's a statement. If her parents don't know your name after a year, you're not her future, you're her filler. Number two, she respects your time. Every man wants attention, but not every man realizes the difference between attention and respect. A woman's relationship with your time reveals exactly how she views you. When she sees you as a long-term partner, she won't interrupt your focus. She'll protect it. When she sees you as temporary, she'll compete with it. Picture this, you're grinding through a busy day, focused, building. The wrong kind of woman floods your phone with "where are you" messages, demanding replies mid-meeting, punishing your silence with guilt. But the woman who sees your potential understands that silence means progress. She knows your discipline is part of your mission. She won't distract you from it. She'll guard it like something sacred. Respecting your time isn't about convenience. It's about comprehension. She gets that a man driven by purpose will sometimes disappear into his work. And rather than taking that personally, she aligns with it. She becomes your ally in the grind, not your interruption in it. Now look at the opposite kind. She craves the dopamine of your constant presence. If you're not texting, she assumes distance. If you're focused, she feels neglected. She measures love by availability instead of value. And when a woman does that, she's not building a life with you. She's feeding her insecurity through you. A woman who respects your time believes in the man you're becoming. The one who doesn't, she drains your focus, then blames you for being empty. A woman who pressures your time doesn't want your future. She wants your attention. Number three, she invests in your growth. There's a sharp line between a woman who enjoys your company and one who believes in your potential. The first is entertained by who you are today. The second is emotionally invested in who you're becoming. When a woman truly sees you as her future husband, she's not just watching your growth, she's part of it. She challenges your comfort zone. She sends you that podcast about leadership or that book on financial freedom. She pushes you to finish what you start, not to control you, but to ensure you never settle beneath your capability. She's not competing with your ambition. She's aligning with it. Every reminder, every tough conversation, every gentle push is her way of saying, I'm betting my future on your evolution. This kind of woman doesn't nag. She calibrates. She understands that her future depends on your direction. She'd rather motivate you than manage you. Her care comes with expectation, not pressure, but purpose. Now, contrast that with a woman who's just passing time. She's indifferent to your progress. She doesn't care whether you level up or stall. She'll applaud you in public, but quietly disengage when it requires effort or patience. She's not invested in your tomorrow because she doesn't picture herself there. A woman who's building with you will protect your growth, even when it costs her comfort. The one who's temporary will enjoy the moment and leave the second it no longer serves her. If she's not invested in your evolution, she's already planning her exit. Number four, she remembers the details. When a woman truly cares about you, she becomes an archivist of your life. Not in a dramatic way, quietly, almost invisibly. She remembers how you take your coffee, the song you played on your worst day, the story you once told her about working 3 jobs to buy your first car. These details may seem small, but to her, they're data points in a larger emotional equation. You're part of her long-term memory because she's building a future that includes you. This kind of attention isn't random. Women remember selectively. What they store reveals what they value. A woman who's serious about you doesn't just collect details, she integrates them. When she plans your favorite meal after a rough week or quotes your own advice back to you when you forget your strength, she's proving something. She's studying you, not just dating you. Now compare that to the woman who forgets everything you tell her. Not because she's careless, but because she's detached. She's listening to reply, not to understand. When she forgets your schedule, your preferences, your milestones, it's not a lack of memory. It's a lack of emotional investment. She doesn't expect to need that information in the future. For a woman envisioning marriage, details are a love language. They form the blueprint of how she'll care for you over time. When she forgets the small things, it's not memory loss, it's emotional distance. Number 5, she builds with you financially. Money exposes everything: priorities, discipline, vision. That's why when a woman sees you as her future, the way she treats money shifts. She stops viewing it as entertainment and starts seeing it as foundation. The dinners, the trips, the gifts, those still matter, but they're no longer the main story. What excites her is the plan. The savings, the investments, the joint dreams that stretch years ahead. She asks about your financial goals, not to judge, but to align. She's thinking about security, not status. She celebrates when you say no to something reckless, because she knows that kind of restraint builds the life she wants to live with you. She's not trying to live off your wallet. She's trying to grow with your mindset. That's partnership. The difference is subtle but powerful. A woman who's in it for the lifestyle will spend like the future doesn't exist. She'll prioritize the experience, not the outcome. She wants the moment to look rich, even if the future stays poor. But the woman planning a marriage plays a longer game. She sees money as a shared resource, not his or hers, but ours. It's not about her depending on you. It's about her envisioning a structure that benefits both. She's thinking like a co-founder, not a consumer. A woman who plans with you wants a legacy. A woman who spends through you wants a lifestyle. Number 6, she shows you loyalty in public and in private. Loyalty is easy when people are watching. Anyone can hold your hand in public, smile for pictures, post you online, and perform affection. But when the lights are off and the audience is gone, that's when loyalty becomes real. The woman who truly sees you as her future doesn't shift her tone when no one's around. Her respect for you stays consistent, whether she's defending you in front of others or speaking about you behind closed doors. Real loyalty shows up in small, invisible moments. When a friend jokes about you, she doesn't join in, she shuts it down. When someone questions your ambition, she doesn't add fuel, she adds clarity. Her loyalty isn't loud, it's steady. You'll feel it in the way her friends treat you. Respectful, curious, already aware of your good side. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because she speaks of you with pride when you're not there. Now contrast that with a woman who claims she loves you but undermines you in private. She'll make jokes about your flaws, vent to her friends about your mistakes, and then smile beside you in public like nothing's wrong. That's not loyalty, that's performance. A woman serious about the long term understands that protecting your reputation protects her own. She doesn't just stand beside you when things are easy. She guards your name when things get messy. If her friends disrespect you comfortably, it's because she taught them how. Number 7, she adjusts her lifestyle for you. Change is uncomfortable. That's why when a woman does it willingly, it means something deeper. A woman who's serious about you begins to edit her world, not because you asked her to, but because she wants her life to run parallel with yours. You'll see it in the small shifts first. She starts aligning her schedule with yours, rearranging priorities, or making choices that consider your path, not just her own. Maybe she stops spending every weekend out because she'd rather build with you. Maybe she moves closer to where you live or adjusts her career plans so your futures intersect. Those are quiet signals of long-term intent. She's not erasing herself. She's adapting for shared growth. That's what partnership looks like. 2 lives bending toward each other without breaking. But don't confuse adaptation with control. The wrong kind of woman changes everything to manipulate the dynamic. The right one adjusts out of respect for where the relationship is heading. She's preparing both of you for what comes next. When a woman starts thinking in terms of we, her life begins to reflect it. And here's the truth. If her routines never shift, if she continues living like she's single, same habits, same priorities, same decisions, then she's not planning around you. She's keeping her options open. Love without adaptation is illusion. If her world never shifts for you, she's not building one with you. Number 8, she makes you a priority. Every woman has a list. Career, friends, hobbies, social media, herself, and somewhere on that list, you. The position you hold there says everything. A woman who truly wants a life with you doesn't just talk about priorities. She demonstrates them. She doesn't need to cancel her plans or orbit around you, but you can feel your place in her schedule, her choices, her effort. She makes space for you, not excuses. When she values you long term, she considers you before she commits. She'll check in before locking big decisions. She'll choose dinner with you over another night out because she understands presence builds intimacy. You'll notice she gives you the best version of her energy, not what's left after everyone else has taken their share. Her consistency tells you you're not filler, you're foundation. But when a woman sees you as temporary, her actions expose it fast. You become the fallback plan, the afterthought, the maybe later. She'll say she's busy, cancel last minute, and leave you guessing. You won't need to ask where you stand. Her patterns will tell you. When a woman's heart is divided, her calendar always reveals it. Prioritizing you doesn't mean obsession. It means intention. It's proof she's building rhythm around you because she sees you in the bigger picture. The difference between being convenient and being chosen is simple. One happens when she's free. The other happens because she wants to be with you. If she always puts you last, that's exactly where you'll stay. Number 9, she talks about the future with you in it. Pay attention to her language. You'll know everything you need to about her intentions just by how she speaks about tomorrow. When a woman envisions a future with you, her sentences shift from I to we. It's not my place, it's our home. Not I want to travel, but we should go. Those small linguistic changes are emotional breadcrumbs, unconscious signs that she's building a shared vision, not a solo plan. When she's serious, her future talk naturally expands to include you. You'll hear about vacations, career moves, long-term goals, even family dreams, all framed in the plural. She's not forcing commitment. She's mentally rehearsing it. She imagines decisions, not dates. That's what separates women who are emotionally secure from those still living in the moment. Now look at the other side. When she only speaks about her ambitions, her timeline, her plans, it's not independence, it's separation. She's preparing a life that doesn't account for your presence. And when she avoids any mention of the future altogether, it's because she doesn't see one with you. That's not confusion, it's clarity, disguised as comfort. A woman's words are often more honest than her promises. When she weaves you into her plans without you even asking, it means she's already claimed that space for you. But if her world always sounds like a one-person story, you're not her co-author. You're just a chapter she'll close when it's time to move on. If she avoids the future, she's avoiding you. Number 10, she protects your reputation. A woman who truly sees you as her forever doesn't just love you. She guards your name like it's her own, because in her mind, your image is tied to her identity. When people speak of you, she listens carefully, not to defend ego, but to protect legacy. If you're her chosen man, she won't let the world drag your name through the mud while she stays silent. That's not drama, that's loyalty evolved into honor. You'll notice it in quiet ways. When her friends start gossiping, she redirects the conversation. When her family questions your hustle, she highlights your effort, not your flaws. She doesn't expose your weak moments for laughs. She doesn't weaponize your vulnerabilities in arguments. Instead, she guards them because she understands that trust and respect are the foundation of everything lasting. Contrast that with a woman who doesn't see you long term. She'll complain about you to anyone who will listen. She'll share private conflicts publicly, vent frustrations in group chats, and let others disrespect you in her presence. That's not venting, that's erosion. When a woman allows your reputation to crumble, she's subconsciously detaching herself from your future. A mature woman knows that protecting your name is protecting her own. It's not submission, it's solidarity. When she believes you're her future, your credibility becomes sacred ground. She refuses to let anyone step on. A woman who defends your name already sees your last name as hers. Every man gets loved, but only a few get chosen for forever. That's the truth most never face until it's too late. Love alone doesn't guarantee permanence. What defines a woman's long-term intent is how she acts when the excitement fades, how she integrates you into her world, respects your mission, builds beside you, protects your name, and prepares her life to fit yours without losing herself. If you've seen even half of these signs, don't take them for granted. Those are rare indicators of a woman who's emotionally mature enough to build, not just to feel. But if you've been chasing someone who does none of this, who keeps you hidden, drains your focus, laughs at your goals, or forgets who you are the second you stop performing, then you already know the answer. You were never part of her plan. You were the placeholder between her phases of growth. This isn't about testing women. It's about testing yourself, because the kind of woman who embodies all 10 of these traits doesn't waste them on mediocrity. She chooses a man who commands respect through presence, direction, and purpose. And if you're not living like that man yet, become him. Not to attract her, but to attract the version of life that only men of discipline, clarity, and strength ever reach. Stop chasing attention. Start building the version of you that demands respect, time, and loyalty by default. Women follow certainty, not charm. They trust trajectory, not promises. So if you want a woman who's building forever, make sure you're living like a man worth building with. If this hits you harder than you expected, share it. Because somewhere another man is about to confuse comfort with commitment. And that mistake costs years.